Hi, here we go again. Now we are live here on TikTok. I was live on Instagram and now I had the impulse to go live on TikTok as well. So let's see if people would join us. Yeah, I see. Hey, someone is joining the live. Yeah, I had the impulse to speak about the current energies, about the lunar eclipse, about the US elections as well. You know, I'm from Germany. And I'm no native speaker. I'm still in training. Marcel, my twin flame, is also here in the chat. Thank you so much. Yeah, and you know, I'm still in training. And yeah, let's see what's coming through. You know, because we Germans, we are very close to the USA, right? We feel very strongly what's happening over there as well. So I feel very strongly what's happening in the USA when it's about the elections. And what I can tell you is, and that's what I feel, that a very powerful portal opened already. And I mean, we always spoke about 11/11, right? But I feel through the lunar eclipse, a very, very powerful portal opened already. And so many of you felt it. So I felt honestly awful. I felt very, very awful during lunar eclipse, and yesterday was awful again. I had horrible migraine, headache, back pain, shoulder pain. I had to stay in bed. So and it's over and over and over the same again. We have always this up and downs. So, and I can explain to you why I sense this. Because we are in the ascension process. Even when it doesn't look like so at the moment, and many people are going totally crazy, and you see the chaos in the world, and you see the chaos in the USA, you see the chaos in Russia, you see the chaos in Ukraine, you see the chaos in Iran, and everywhere there's just chaos. When you watch Hollywood, the same. Kanye West speaks up now. Then we had the so sad story about Aaron Carter, right, that he passed away as well. So, and you see, this chaos doesn't stop, for real. And what can you do? You must stay heart-centered. You must do the opposite. So you must stay heart-centered and really do what your heart tells you. This is how you can navigate the storm. Because from a higher perspective, everything what's happening right now is happening for the collective, basically. And I mean, it sounds maybe harsh, sad. I mean, the story with Aaron Carter is sad. Then you see what's happening with Kanye West, and you see the chaos in Iran. You see the chaos in the USA. So, and I fully understand you. So many of you are telling me you feel beyond exhausted, and I'm in the same boat, guys. Doesn't mean when I upload so much content that I'm always this. So I go through my process as well. So, and I share this with you because we are all in the same boat and we are all waking up from a very deep sleep. We all in the same boat. So, and always imagine we have light and darkness here. So this means when the light is rising, the darkness is always rising too. That's why we have always this up and downs. And I feel during the lunar eclipse, something very massive happened. I felt a very powerful portal opened, and basically it was the portal from Andromeda, what I feel, and Pleiades. And I have a YouTube channel. When you don't know that, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Akura, just Akura, and I uploaded a 2-hour podcast when you want to watch this. So in my newest podcast, I spoke about this confusion. Because so many starseeds are totally confused. And when you watch the spiritual community, also on YouTube, you will notice the same. So everyone is saying something else. I'm completely confused. What is wrong? What is right? So, and it's draining just your energy. So when you feel confused, then you can be sure this is not your path. Because you would never feel confused when it's really your soul mission. When it's really your process. Because when you feel confused, then you're stuck too much in your mind. And you can be sure, no, this is not your path. So they must let go of this. So when you feel confused over and over and over again, watching these videos, this content, or when you watch the news, the same, when you watch VIPs and you are confused now about Kanye West, what's going on with him, so the same. Detach from it and don't give them your energy. Because really observe yourself, what's happening with you? What's happening with your energy? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel good? Do you feel energized? Do you feel inspired? So are these people which give you tools? So are they guiding you for real? So do they keep you confused? So, and when you feel this confusion over and over and over again, and you can be sure this is not your path, then just detach from it, let it go, and stay on your path. Because what we must realize now is that we, at one hand, can't help everyone. We can't. It's even not our business. Really, we are not here to save the world from all their suffering. This is also the old belief, right? That there are just a few heroes out there, and these few heroes, they will all save us. But what if everyone is a savior? What if everyone is a powerful creative being? What if everyone is psychic? What if everyone is already spiritual? So, and all these old beliefs, they are all collapsing. They are collapsing, and this is the current energy. We are in Scorpio season. Then we had the lunar eclipse. Then we have the US elections. So there's so much stuff going on, and so much shadows are coming up right now. So when you never did any shadow work, so it's like a douche. Yeah, life is showing you now, are you honest with yourself or not? You are being tested. And really detach from this when this doesn't help you. Because imagine now you spend your entire life watching this news, and it keeps you in a confusion, in an endless confusion. So you give your power away, but you never lived your soul mission. So you never expressed what is deep within in your heart. So what's going on here in your heart? And really watch yourself. Watch and feel what's happening to your energy when you feel confused. So does it really help you? No. I just can tell you what I see as a psychic medium. Why is this happening? Because when you are confused, when you start to forget who you are, then you go back into dual consciousness. So in dual consciousness, duality, consciousness is fully 3D. Because then you will choose a side. And when you just choose one side, I speak about you just choose light behind me, or you just choose darkness, then you are automatically in separation again, and you are in dual consciousness. And see, yes, we have light and darkness. As long as we have a physical body, we have light and darkness. So, but it's about to balance these two sides. So what if you are both? What if you are dark and light? So what if you embody the divine feminine and masculine? You also don't have to choose a side. The same. So why can't we just balance the energies within us? So and what if you spend your entire life in observing the news, observing VIPs, and you give your precious time away, your energy away, and then you have no energy, no power to really express your soul mission. And really, and I mean, it sounds so simple, and I mean, so many people speak about it, right? And actually we all know. But really all we have is this little moment. We have not more. So you never know what will happen. What will happen to you tomorrow? What will happen to you next year? So, and really go deep within and be honest with yourself. Yes, and we have so much support. So much support. I tell you, what I saw as a psychic medium is that beings from 7D are helping us strongly at the moment. And basically the Andromedans and the Pleiadians are helping us at the moment. Why are they doing this? Especially during election or during lunar eclipse. Why are they helping us now? Why are these two sides rising again? Because actually so much high vibrational codes are streaming down now. And I think many of you feel it. Today I felt the energy was lighter. Yesterday was awful. And during lunar eclipse it was awful. Again, it was so dark and so dense. So, blah. My gosh, everything hurt it. And today it was very light again. Why do we have always this up and downs? Because at one hand, we have a dual experience. So what you can do is you can shift your consciousness into unity consciousness. And this is happening when you go with the ascension. At first, you shift your consciousness back into unity consciousness, and you see these two sides. You are not afraid of seeing the darkness, you're not afraid of seeing light, and you just find peace with your shadow self, and you find peace with your light. So this is 5D consciousness, this is unity. So, but when you believe you must choose a side, so then you are in this battle. And it's an artificial created battle, what you can see on TV. So it's all a show, if you want so. And for the collective, it's needed. That's why we have this craziness now on TV, because you must understand the people, the collective, they go through the dark night of the soul the first time. It's like globally we go through the dark night of the soul. So, and the people, they must see through it now. There is no other way. So, and for us, it's exhausting. Because when you are a starseed, or when you are a light worker, or when you are an indigo soul, when you label yourself as an indigo or whatever, then you know what I'm talking about. So you always felt something is strange here. So always had this question, so why is it so complicated here? So why are people so harsh with each other? Why can't we help each other? Why do we need money, right? So you always question what's happening here. So, and you remembered other systems, the ancient systems. So for you, all this, what's happening is not new. So when, for example, people speak up and they want to expose the old system, that many people will attack you, for example. Or when you think a little bit more out of the box, that many people will call you stranger, right? So, I mean, you know that. But for the collective, it's new. So, and please see, they go through their own experiences, but at the moment you can't help them because you see what's happening on TV and it's really draining your energy. And we don't help the people for real. So when you really dive into this and your heart really says, yes, I want to watch the news. Your heart tells you so. I want to watch what's happening during election. I want to watch the show, okay? And you really feel it in your heart. You feel energized. So it's increasing your vibration because then you really do what your heart tells you and it's not confusing you because it's helping you. It helps you to increase your vibration. But when you feel drained, then it's not your path. So, and even when many people talk about it, even in the spiritual community, it doesn't mean that you have to speak about it as well because almost everyone speaks about it, right? When it's draining your energy, I can tell you it's not the right path. So, and really do what helps you because this is the best way to help people. When you are happy with yourself, really, when you take care of yourself first, then you can be an inspiration. And this is also an old belief that we must save the world from all the suffering, but we don't understand the higher picture. That every being is in another state of consciousness, and every soul is in another consciousness level. So, and you are even not allowed to interrupt the free will or to manipulate the free will. I mean, okay, we have some beings out there, they do it anyway. They always try to manipulate your free will. Or they want that you give your power away. But when you see through these illusions, when you see, it's just a trick. They try to trick me again. They want that I give my power away to Kanye West now. Just an example, okay? So, I mean, at one hand, I feel it's good that he speaks up, right? But I feel these two sides again. I feel there's something else behind it. It's just what I feel. And honestly, I tell you, when I watch him, even when he exposes a lot, I can't watch him. It drains my energy. So I can't watch him. So, and then I don't watch him. So even when many people speak about him, when many people in the spiritual community are talking about him, I can't watch him and I can't listen to him. And then I don't give my energy away. Okay, so, and this is all what matters. We must learn to trust our intuition. So, and it doesn't mean that you are better or that you are more worthy or whatever. It's just about that you really take care of yourself. Because really, at first, take care of yourself. Because when you take care of yourself, then thank you so much for the roses. You are so awesome. Thank you so, so much. Because when you take care of yourself, then you increase your vibration and then you can do so much grid work. And so many star seeds of you, basically you are grid workers. So, and when you're always in a very low vibration, or when you always keep your power away and you give it away for free, the dark ones, they can't do it, but they can manipulate you to give your power away. They let you believe you must do it, right? This is what they can do. So the reason is when you lower your frequency and you really give them your power away over and over again, and actually you are completely confused, it drains your energy. It's like really you waste just your time because it's over and over and over the same. Then we can't help for real either, because then we are really in a low vibration and we go back into dual consciousness. And dear starseed, you are here to anchor unity consciousness and not to do the same. And all this what's happening on TV is dual experiences, we can see. That's the dual consciousness. So even when more and more people are speaking now, and I mean it's urgent, it's important for the collective, it's needed. The same with Aaron Carter. So when you dive deep down the rabbit hole, right? So it's sad what happened to him. So, but when you give them your energy, so, and you can't help them physically now. I mean, when we really want to help physically, right, then actually we must travel to them. Or the same to Iran. We must travel to Iran and we must help the people in real. But when we always talk about them, when we always watch what's happening over there, it's not helping anyone. It's not helping you. It's not helping the people in your country. It's helping no one. You just feel depressed, hopeless, exhausted. It's draining your energy. Maybe you question yourself why you are still here. Maybe you suddenly want to die because you see just the madness in the world. So, and when we really want to help and when we give them our energy, we must travel there. I mean, it sounds harsh what I tell you now, I know. Maybe it sounds harsh and stupid, whatever. But really, it doesn't help them. But what you can do is, when you can't travel there, pray for them. When you watch this news, with Aaron Carter, for example, it said, have compassion. Pray for them. Because you know the physical plane is just illusion. You know this experience of we are disconnected from each other is an illusion. And their higher selves will receive your prayers. So I mean, it sounds so strange, praying, it sounds so Catholic, right? The people in the church are praying. No, it's the energy, it's the intention. And when you send them love and your prayers, your protection, they will receive it. Okay? So this is what you can do. When you give them your energy and your time, and all this makes you sad to see what's happening around the world, pray. Pray for the people. When you don't have the opportunity to travel there, when you don't have money to travel to Iran, to Africa, I mean, what's up with the people in Africa? I mean, they are still suffering. They're still suffering. And we just speak about Iran now. I mean, it's sad what's happening there. But what's about the people in Africa? So what's about our own people? I see it here in Germany, and I mean, it sounds harsh, but I tell you now. But so many people are protesting here in Germany for the people in Iran. I mean, at one hand, I see these two sides. Yeah, this is what I highly recommend, that you always see these two sides. Don't choose a side. Balance light and darkness. This is unity consciousness. Because when you choose a side, when you say, oh, these protests are all stupid, the people are so stupid, you know, then you choose a side. And then you are already in this dual consciousness. And then you are in a battle again. But when you say, oh, wow, it's amazing, see, they are all protest for the people in Iran, and you just see the light, this is also not true. Because as long as we have a physical body, we have light and darkness. So this means everything we do includes light and darkness. It is always these two sides. So, and this is unity consciousness. This is my feeling about it. So, but let's say we speak about the Germans which protesting for the people in Iran. So, I mean, at one hand, I see, hey, I'm so happy to see that people spread their power. I mean, they unite the people. So, I mean, I see the energy. Maybe there are people, they're coming together now. Hey, and there is a cool friendship happening, right? So you are there. So, and then you meet a very cool person and then you become friends or whatever. So I see, hey, they come together and they unite, right? They spread with the world. Hey, this is awful what's happening with women, right? So, I mean, we are in the year of 2022. So, and I mean, it's crazy. It's sad, right? Because it shows us how the divine feminine power is still under control, even here, right? That the divine feminine is not allowed to speak for real till day. So, and even the system we have in our culture is directed against the divine feminine's power. And I mean, this is the mirror for us, right? And I mean, at one hand, I see, wow, people coming together. They organize this event. Hey, maybe there are cool people coming together, or you meet a very cool friend. But the dark side is, why can't the people stand up for their own country in Germany? Why can't they even defend their own children? I speak about the German children. The children here, they still must wear masks. So they must put on a mask till they in trains or when they are in the bus. Small little children. And the Germans, the most of them allow it. They even can't protect their own children and their own country. But then they go out of the streets and protest for the people in Iran. And I mean, it sounds harsh what I tell you now, maybe. But this shows me that something else is behind it as well. And when many people talk about it, you know, and almost everyone speaks about it because we suddenly see it on TV. And these news are so booming on TV and on social media, then you can be sure there's something else behind it. So, or what's about our own people in Germany? So, I mean, we still have on the material plane a good life. And many people are coming to us, right, from other countries and they want to live here. But even we are suffering. So many old people, they almost have no money. So, and we can't protect our own country. Okay, and this is the darkness. Do you see? And this is what I always do. I mean, it's a simple example now. And this is what I do when I spend my time in watching news, or that I give my power away to the news. Then I always try to see these two sides. This is what I do always, as best as I can. Yeah, then I see these two sides. So I see, hey, they come together, they have a good time together, now they stand up. The souls want to go through this experience, right? Maybe they speak out no for the first time and they are afraid to speak out a no for their own country, right? That they want to protect their own families. So they must go through these experiences. Maybe they feel more safe because, I mean, it's another country, right? And not our own people. I mean, we go out of the streets for other people from another country, right? So maybe the people feel more safe when they go out of the streets for their own people, you know? So, and I see these two sides as best as I can. And this is, in my opinion, unity consciousness. Because you see, okay, this is good, or whatever it is. This is the light side. And then we have the dark side. So, and it's the same with you guys. So every time, even when you follow your passion, even when you follow your joy, so always you go through challenges. It's not always light. Just light that you smile every day and you don't do something else. But not every day is just awful and a horrible nightmare. It's always these two sides. And especially through the darkness, we rise. Through the darkness, we understand who we are. And we are both. This is how I see it. And now we are being tested so strongly. We can't run away any longer. We must face it. We must face who we truly are. And when you see now, hey, oh my gosh, I always lived in a lie. The life I lived was a fucking lie. So congratulations that you are honest with yourself. There are so many people out there, they are so afraid to see it till day. They are so afraid to open their eyes and to see what's really happening. So, and the most of what you can see on TV is created for the collective, because they go through the dark night of the soul the first time. It's a global dark night of the soul. So the most of this is not new for you. And you know it already, dear starseed. This is not new for you. But what you can do is have compassion. Have compassion. And when you give them your energy, pray for them. When you have the opportunity to help them on the material level, help them. So send them money, whatever. So really trust your heart. Then you know what to do. Really, trust your heart in everything now. Because it's so complicated now, even to discern. And even to discern in the spiritual community, which information is true and which is not true. Is this a hijacked information now? Is it the information from the Prime Creator? So who are these guys? Are they channeling blue beam holograms? Is this the dark side they channel and they pretend to be our saviors? Or is this the Goodwill in Galactic Federation? Or who are these guys? It's like you are so confused. It's confusing you now. Because the global process is that you believe yourself first. Because you are the savior you are waiting for. It is us. So you have this divine spark within you. And even when your galactic team helps you, when they're watching over you, they can't fulfill it for you. So they're so proud of us. So, and yes, they are helping us strongly right now. And do you know why they do this? Because really it's urgent. Because when the collective continues on this level, this is just what I feel, okay? When they continue on this level, Earth will sink into chaos. Really, and this is just the beginning what's happening. Because they will go crazy. Really, they will go crazy because they never did any shadow work. Because it worked always to do this. It always worked, so no, I feel that. I feel that it's not good what I do. Oh, what's happening to the people in Africa, right? What's about the people in Africa? The children, they still suffer. So, we made always this, right? And now we must face it. And we must see who we are and what we always have done. So, and the thing is, we are all in the same boat. We are all fucking liars. We are all sinners. So each of us is. Me too, I'm a fucking liar and a sinner as well. I'm in the same boat. It's always light and darkness. Always light and darkness. So and even when you spread a lot of light, peace and love, you create also a lot of darkness. It is always these two sides. So when you create a lot of darkness, a lot of light will come back as well. It's like we must balance these two sides within us. So, and first, when we speak about ascension, it's an inner ascension. The consciousness must shift. And basic is that we go back into unity consciousness and that we don't choose a side. So even when you watch what's happening on the news, don't choose a side. The same with the elections, the same. Don't choose a side. The same again. Because imagine now, we would just have lied here. Just lied. So even when you follow your passion, when you really do what you love, or maybe when you go into the gym, maybe it's a good example. So when you go into the gym and you train your muscles, and you love it to do sports, you love it to go into the gym, but you go through challenges and maybe it's hurting. So maybe you did too much and then one day later your muscles are hurting. So, but you do what you love, you follow your passion. And if you want so, this is already the dark side. So when you go into the gym and you go through your challenges and then you do more training, right? Harder and harder. It's not easy that you always jump around and smile. So yes, then it's fucking stressful because you must push your limits. So, and this is even happening when you follow your joy. So this means just light will not work, but just darkness will not work either. It is always these two sides. So, and this is in my opinion, unity consciousness, and this is in my opinion, 5D consciousness. So, and I received a comment in which a person asked me if I can explain all dimensions. I mean, it's a very good question because yes, so maybe it's helping you to understand these experiences. So because many people think when we are ascending up to 5D, there's just light. So there is no darkness. So, but what I see as a psychic medium is that we have duality in 4D, in 5D, in 6D, and even in 7D. We still have light and darkness. Why? Because as long as you have a physical body, at one hand you are aging, on the other hand you will reincarnate, and on the other hand we have light and darkness. And then you have something like an ego, your ego, right? Or something like a me or a I consciousness. And you have that also in 5D, in 6D and 7D, but what would change is your consciousness. You deal with darkness differently. Thank you so much for the roses. You're so awesome. The difference is that you will deal with darkness differently. So you will see it from another perspective and our bodies changes. So this means your body becomes more etheric, and it's more crystalline, transparent. And imagine as higher you go, we just speak about when you ascend physically, not just here in your heart, physically up to 5D and you live there, your body changes, your body structure changes, and your body becomes more etheric. And the more your body becomes etheric, as much less food you need. Maybe you are able to eat prana more and more and more. You just are able to eat light and not more. And you age slowly. So this means as higher you go the stairway, as more etheric you are, as more prana you eat, and you don't need physical food, much less. And you age very slowly as well. And you have more DNA strands activated as well. And you can do more. You have more psychic abilities. But it doesn't mean that darkness ends in 5D. So because many people got this question, but how is it possible that we have the Lyran wars? How is it possible that the Dracos destroyed Vega? How is it possible that they have war, cosmic war in these high vibrational dimensions? How is it possible? So I believe it's just happening on 3D or just happening in 4D, maybe, that we have battle and war. No. Because as long as we have a physical experience, even when our body changes slowly and becomes more crystalline, etheric, if you will, we still have darkness. But we deal with darkness differently. So, and if you want, so when you ascend to 8D physically, 8D, darkness and light merges. It's like you experienced everything now. You saw the brightest light. You experienced the darkness, the darkest darkness. You saw all. You saw the light. You saw the darkness. You experienced it. So, and now you say, hey, I go up to heaven. This is the place which we know as heaven. And this angelic plane begins at 8D. 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D. In which we really have no duality. Nothing. There's really just light. And this is the, if you want, the true light from Prime Creator itself. So you even have no physical body, if you will. And you're not aging. And you don't need any food. You don't need food. You don't need prana, even no prana. Because even when you eat prana, if you want, you still need life, an external energy to survive. Okay? So, and this is what I can tell you. So you still need energy from an outer source to survive. So, and we have this game even in 7D. But when you are in 8D physically or in 9D, 10D, you even don't need prana because you create everything from within. Everything. You create energy from within for real because you even have no body and you don't age and you don't reincarnate. So this means we still reincarnate when we are located in 6D or in 7D, but we have another state of consciousness. We deal with darkness differently and we work differently. We use completely other technology, or we are able to see many different timelines. We can do a lot, right? We have a lot of psychic abilities. And see, when you are, let's say you are located in 7D physically, then you are able to watch all the beings down below. So this means this is 7D. Then you are able to watch the beings which are located in 6D. Then you can observe the people from 5D. You can observe the people from 4D and 3D. But a being which is located in 7D will hardly see what's happening in 8D or in 9D or in 10D. But a being which is located in 8D will see this being in 7D as well. Do you see? When we go the stairway down, it's easy, super easy, because you went through your process. So, and guys, this is what you did. Because when you are a starseed, basically you are from 5D. So the most of the incarnated starseeds on Earth are from 5D. So this means this is next level. Because 5D consciousness means unity. Even in 4D, it is strange there. It is so cold there. It's like you have more psychic abilities. You are able to time shift and so on. But you are just stuck in here in your mind. Just the mental realm. 4D is the mental level, if you want. This is 4D. 4D is your mind. So when you use your imagination, you can work in 4D. But it's not your heart. 4D doesn't explain your heart. Or in other words, unity. It explains the mental level, 4D. In other words, many people know this place as hell. Because you are not digital being. And you are not just your thoughts and you're not just your mind. Okay? So when you are in 5D, you feel your heart. So, and then you have the opportunity to balance these two sides. To feel unity and to embody unity. And the most of the starseeds which have an incarnation, they are from 5D. Basically Pleiadians. The most of the starseeds which are here on Earth are from Pleiades. So, but the Pleiadians, that doesn't exist just in 5D. The most high vibrational Pleiadians I know are located in 7D. So these are the most high vibrational Pleiadians we have. And they work a lot with the Andromedans together now. And these are the ones which opened this portal during the lunar eclipse. So the same again, these two sides are rising And I felt this darkness. It was awful, awful during lunar eclipse, really. My entire body hurt it. Yesterday, my entire body hurt it. And I felt this darkness and a lot of shadows came up. So much shadows and darkness and traumas in which I believed, oh my gosh, I already released them. No. As mentioned, you are being tested and you must be honest with yourself now. You must be honest with you. And when you see shit, I always lived in a lie. I was not honest with myself. I always lied to myself. Take this chance now. Because Scorpio is kicking your ass. Scorpio season, always. So, and see it as a gift from source. Because we always have these two sides. And these two sides, right? I mean the beings which lovely intense, which really want to help us. And the other guys which always try to manipulate our free will and put us back into duality. I mean the dual consciousness, right? That we believe we must choose a side. Because when you believe you must choose a side, then you are in a war with someone. Then you are in a battle. And when we are in a battle, in war with someone, then we can't anchor our grids. Because 5D is next level. So in 5D is already unity consciousness. So it doesn't mean when you are in unity consciousness that we don't have any shadows. It's the same here. So I mean, even when you have compassion for everyone, when you spread your love and peace with the world, it doesn't change that we still have light and darkness here, right? I mean, we still have it here. But you just shift your consciousness and you deal with it differently and you will see it different from another point of view, right? So, and this is what I try to tell you. That's why it's so important that you really stay heart-centered. It's really important because you basically do so much grid work. And grid work is very important, guys. So even when many people don't understand you, when you speak in light language or when you do light code activations, for example, you do a lot of grid work and you help to anchor these high vibrational energies down below into this hologram. This work is needed, and that's why the lovely beings and the destructive beings which always try to interrupt the divine's plan and to keep it longer and complicated for us. So they all use these events to work with their grids. And this is what I felt during lunar eclipse. I felt these two sides so strong. Yeah, basically I felt the Andromedans. Why the Andromedans? And why the Pleiadians from 7D? I can tell you why. Because at one hand, the Pleiadians from 7D are the most high vibrational Pleiadians. These are the beings from the star Alcyone. I don't know if I spell the star name right in English. Alcyone is the brightest star of Pleiades. And Alcyone is very close to Earth. Alcyone is very similar to Earth, just more high vibrational. And these beings, the Pleiadians from Alcyone, they know us humans the best. And these were the ones which settled down on Earth first, the beings from Alcyone. And these were the ones which were the founders of Lemuria. So they know us very well. And every time when I tune into the realm of Alcyone, it looks to me like Earth, just more high vibrational. And they are so peaceful and kind and lovely. And they love it so much to help and to heal. They're using also technology to heal. But it's no AI technology, by the way. They don't use AI. They have totally other technology. And I can't figure out yet what it is. But it's even not quantum technology, what I figured out. I just know that the Pleiadians from Alcyone, which know us very well, they are in a good team up with the Arcturians too, what I know. Because the Pleiadians from Alcyone, they love it basically to heal. They just heal. They heal and heal people. They heal our cosmic sisters and brothers. And they try to heal us as well. But they basically use their codes and their grids to help us. And these are very loyal Pleiadians. They are very good-willing. They have a very wide open heart. So And I just know that the Pleiadians are in a good team up with the Arcturians. And the Arcturians are basically beings from 9D or 10D. So Arcturians, if you want, they are out of the dual consciousness and the duality game. They are immortal for real. They even don't have a physical body for real. And this is the place we call heaven, okay? Even incarnated angels, right? They have their place there in 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D, 12D. Or when we talk about the Oraphim angels, for example. So this is the place we know as heaven. So, and they have no physical appearance for real, and they don't age, they don't need food, they are just solar beings. This is the solar energy, the solar Christ energy, okay? This is the golden flame, the solar power. This is we know as heaven. This is their energy, okay? And I just know that these Pleiadians are in a team up with the Arcturians, and maybe that's why they use other technology to the rest. Okay, so they help us so strong because they know us very well, and they know exactly what's happening here, and they know that it's sad what I tell you maybe, but this is just what I saw as a psychic medium, that many cosmic sisters and brothers got deceived too. They got deceived by these destructive extraterrestrials as well, which use AI so strong, AI. And many Pleiadians got deceived. So it's sad. Maybe I can do a live about it, a new video about it, why they got deceived. I uploaded a 2-hour podcast about it, by the way. When you watch my YouTube channel, maybe you will see it. When you want to watch this video, 2 hours. When you have time and you want to listen to my voice, so don't hesitate and watch it. Yeah. But they got deceived, many of them. But the Pleiadians from 7D, no. And they help so strong because they are very close to us and they're very close to Earth. And it's urgent. That's why they use, for example, these lunar eclipse, or that we have the elections during lunar eclipse is definitely no coincidence. Because the good-willing beings as the destructive beings, they all work with numerology. They all use numerology. So, and they use these events because they know the power of these events. That's why we have the elections during the lunar eclipse. So this is no coincidence. So, and you can use this numerology for lighter purposes or even for dark purposes. It is the same again. These two sides, do you see? So, and it's up onto you, it's your heart. How do you use these tools? So, and that's why they work so hard, because they know that the collective, they give their power away. They give their power away to the government. Do you see? So we hold the space, guys. So that's why we watch so much, because this is what our cosmic team does as well. I tell you, they watch and watch, and they see how they can help if they are allowed to help. And when they see they are not allowed to help, they don't help. Because a being which works with source will never interrupt your free will or try to manipulate your free will, because they respect the free will of every being. And this is the greatest gift we have, our free will. So, and there are some beings they disrespect it and they try to manipulate your free will. But as mentioned, when you see through these tricks, through these illusions, then you don't give your power away. So, and it's you. Do you give your power away or not? So when you give your power away, is it a good willing being? Is it a being which really tries to empower you? Or what's the energy behind it? And this is the question. And I just can tell you, always believe in yourself. Trust your heart. Then you know what to do. Always believe in yourself. So when you don't feel good with someone, when you watch someone's content or video, you feel confused or whatever, so don't watch these people. Even when these people are super famous or when they have millions of followers, this doesn't say anything. This is also the old paradigm, the old system. So always believe in yourself. So when this message inspires you, then watch it. Yeah, then follow these people. But when you feel confused over and over and over again, and now you believe you must follow this person because this person has millions of followers, but you don't feel good with this person, then come on, don't watch him. Don't watch her. It's so simple. Yeah, and the Pleiadians are masters in heart chakra healing. Especially these Pleiadians from 70. They are powerful healers. They want to help you to feel your heart. They are helping you to see your heart. Yeah, and this means also to be honest with us. We must see it. What is my heart telling me? So, and don't give your power away, even to the galactic people, because they believe in you. They believe in us. So, and that's why, this is just what I know, that's the reason why these Pleiadians from 7D are helping us so much, because they are very loyal. They know us the best. They know Earth the best. They use very interesting technology, which is even not quantum technology. So I believe the Arcturians supported them, because the Arcturians, they have very crazy technology. We don't get it here with our minds. So maybe that's why. And on the other hand, they help us so strong because many Pleiadians, they got deceived. So even many spiritual people here, they channel them now, the dark ones, right? Because they try to confuse us all. That's why they help now, because it's really urgent. And the Andromedans, they are from 7D, what I know. Thank you so much, Diana, for the roses. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. The Andromedans, they are from 7D. They were always there. So this means when you are Andromedan from 7D, so maybe people called you angel as well. Because 7D is like, okay, it's the border. It's the border up to heaven, if you want. Because you still have duality consciousness, or you experience duality, I must say. But you still have a body, you know, and you still age, and you still reincarnate. But when you really follow your heart, your love, then you will go up to heaven. Or in other words, you will ascend if you want, okay? So, and the Andromedans from 7D help us so much because they are in a good team up with the Pleiadians. They are in the same dimension. And on the other hand, the Andromedans, sorry, the Andromedans have a very powerful solar plexus chakra. They want to empower us now. And maybe you feel this energy too. It's like my sweater here, right? The solar plexus energy. This is the energy of Andromeda. They have so much energy, really. Their star portal is one of the most powerful portals from the Milky Way galaxy, really. Their star portal is so strong and so intense. It's like now you must taking action. And this is why they are doing this. They want that we are taking action. Even us. That we don't just watch. So when you feel it in your heart, you want to speak up. You want to create your content. You want to found a new community. You want to harvest your own food and vegetables, whatever it is. Not just meditating on this, because this was the old way. That we meditating, that we do yoga practices, or that we talk to other star seeds. Hey, I had a vision last night. I think we must come together. We must found a new community, right? And then we talk to each other, but almost no one is taking action. So, and this is the Andromedan energy. So maybe you felt this push, that you had so much energy suddenly. And it happened for 1 or 2 weeks ago. For 2 weeks ago, circa, I felt something happened in the astral. And I got attacked like crazy for 2 weeks ago. And I had very crazy astral projections. You know, I don't know why I see this, or I even don't know why and if this is true what I see, you know. So please pick up what resonates with your heart and leave the rest. So even when I'm working as a psychic medium and I have very crazy astral projections and dreams, it doesn't mean that okay. So please pick up what resonates with you. For 2 weeks ago, I got attacked like crazy. So my head hurt it, everything hurt it. So, and then I fell into sleep because my entire body hurt it. And then I had very crazy astral dreams for 2 weeks ago. And do you know what? I saw these Pleiadians. I saw these Pleiadians in the astral. And I remember it was a man. It was a man with very big cosmic eyes, bigger eyes to mine, big size. I can't make it now, you know, but I hope you get the message. He had blue big eyes, cosmic blue big eyes. He had blonde hair, but it was more ash blonde, not gold blonde. It was ash silver blonde hair, short hair, like this. Then he wore a suit, an outfit. It was a bodysuit, a metallic bodysuit in smoky blue. It was a mix of blue and gray he wore. And he took a seat in a ship. It was a man. And this day was so crazy. My entire body hurted, and even my septum ring moves and says goodbye as well. It's hanging down. My fake septum ring. Okay, because it was really crazy and it pulled me down for real. Almost. So, and then I had this astral dream about this Pleiadian suddenly. And then do you know what he did? He made this to me. It's no joke. And then I received a message. We got it again. So, okay. So, and that's what I saw for 2 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure he was a Pleiadian from Alcyone. He was one of them. Because these are the traditional Pleiadians, the most famous Pleiadians. No, the Pleiadians with blue eyes and blonde hair. This is them. And they are basically from Alcyone, what I know. And he took a seat there. He smiled at me like this. So this is how they vibrate, the Pleiadians. They have a very wide open heart and they express their inner child a lot. So and then I received this message. We got it again. So then I woke up at the evening, I remember, because I stayed in bed the entire day for 2 weeks ago. And then I was like, I don't know what happened exactly in the astral, but it seems like it was important. And then I tell you, now it's better in the astral. So suddenly I was able to sleep again. And it's more calm in the astral. Maybe you feel it too. So I had so much power suddenly. And I received so many messages again. And even the sleep quality changed. And now I have so much more energy for real. And more starseeds are telling me the same. It's not just me. They told me, hey, something happened in the astral. So it feels more peaceful now. Because so many starseeds told me, hey, what's happening in the astral? My gosh, I have so horrible dreams every night. So crazy nightmares, so crazy quests. What's happening there, right? And it's like you do so much hard work every night. And then you woke up in the morning and you felt like you are a smashed potato. It's like a mashed potato, like this. So, and even sleeping was not charging your batteries. So, and now since 2 weeks, I feel it's better now. I don't know if you get it too. But since I had these crazy visions, since then it's better. I can sleep better. And most starseeds are telling me the same. And I'm pretty sure these cosmic sisters and brothers, which are helping us, they did it. So they cleaned up the astral. It's about grid work, basically. They changed the destructive grids and timelines from the destructive extraterrestrials. And this is happening behind the scenes. So this means when you always go into their vibration, when you believe you must choose a side, you go into this battle, consciousness, war consciousness too, then even we don't anchor these new cults into this hologram. And I tell you, this work is really important. Don't underestimate this work. So this is what our cosmic team does. And that's why they work with numerology. That's why they work with these events, because they know the collective gives them attention, the government. So and they try to help them, and they send them codes and frequencies, and they do so much grid work behind the scenes So, and it is the Andromedan Council and the Pleiadian Council. They help us, and the Andromedans, they help us because it's really important that we really reclaim our power again, that we really feel the power here, that we feel our solar plexus again. And so many people told me I feel beyond exhausted. I don't know what will happen to my body, so maybe my body will die soon. I received so many messages by other starseeds, other light workers, and they all say the same. I'm so tired, I'm so beyond exhausted. So because it was really not good. We were not on a good path, I tell you. The reason was Enki. Yeah, the Anunnaki group, basically. They built up horrible grid work. They did a lot of toxic grid work again. So that's why they helped us. And these are beings now from 70. And they can help us a lot because they have a physical body. So they have a physical body. So they know us very well. So that's why they can help us more. A being which is located in heaven, right? An angel or an Oraphim angel. I mean, they can help us too. But it's not so simple. Because these are beings, they even don't have a duality any longer. But a being which is located in 7D is still in duality and has the dual experience. So that's why they can help us more as an Oraphim angel or is an archangel from 12D. And angels usually, they send you a lot of love and protection. They clean your aura. They speak to your heart, to your soul, right? They work differently. But a being which still has a body and has emotions and know what emotions are, they can help us more. That's why beings from 7D are helping us, basically. I tell you, they did it because it was fucking urgent. And I tell you, it was the Anunnaki agenda. Basically, they put us into a very dark timeline globally. Very dark. And it happened in September, October, I feel. September, October 2022, it has begun. That the energy became so dense. And more told me this. More light workers and starseeds told me that something happened in September, October. It felt so awful, so dark. But actually we were on a lighter timeline again, globally. And then, the energy became so heavy. And you are not wrong, or you felt it right. Because really, the destructive ETs, they found a way to build up the toxic grids again. Okay, so that's why they helped us. And this happened for 2 weeks ago, strongly. And since then I feel it's lighter. That's why I can sleep better now. It's better. And more tell me the same, or that you have more energy now. So it's like, hey, I have more ideas, many visions. Maybe you are more motivated now. It's like you get up in the morning and you are not so tired anymore. Maybe you feel more centered, stronger, more centered. Maybe you are more self-aware. Maybe you are more self-confident. Maybe you have more self-confidence. Or maybe you suddenly feel more, I don't care. You have this I don't care consciousness. So I speak up now. I don't care if people got me now. So the right people, they will watch me, they will like me, they will support me. Okay, so maybe you feel it. So I see the comments here. Diana, you are so amazing. Thank you so much for the roses. I'm so honored when my videos are helping you guys. You know, I'm not a native speaker, I'm German. I hope so much my English will improve sooner or later. I'm so surprised when people tell me you speak so good English. Native speakers, Native American, not Native Americans. No, I'm not in contact with Native Americans yet, but I mean, native speakers. See? They told me, hey, your English sounds good. I understand everything you tell me. So for me, it's like, no, 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 no. The vocabulary is not so good. My grammar also. But I'm so happy when I can help and support a few people. Maybe you must laugh a little bit now. But yeah, this is the energy of Andromeda. They want us laughing. Yeah, that you increase your vibration. You must do the opposite, guys, really. Because when you increase your vibration, see it from the other perspective, then you help the people. We can't help the people when we stay all on a sinking ship. So when there are many people now, they prefer to stay on a sinking ship. Why are we staying there as well when we know we can't help the people? We can't help them. They must go through this experience. So even when it sounds sad, and I really don't know what will happen to the really, I don't know what will happen to them. But I just know that our team helped us strongly. And maybe you feel it, that you have more energy. And these are basically the Andromedans. And their star portal is one of the most powerful portal inside the dual experience. In their portal is located in 7D, what I know. So I hope I'm able to clarify the current energies a little bit. And don't be surprised when you always have this up and downs. Because also there is much healing going on as well inside of you. I mean, it's not just evil and dark, and these are not just attacks. It is both again. It's always these two sides. So you are ascending, much high vibrational codes are coming down, but on the other hand, many attacks as well. It is always these two sides. These two sides are rising side by side. So, and the greatest gift is that your body structure changes from carbon back to the crystalline structure. So your body and your DNA changes slowly. And this takes time. It really takes time, because when you embody the crystalline energy, it's like we go back into the ancient times. Because here on Earth, we were crystalline beings, or like the background here. Yeah, these crystalline codes, which are coming now down from the central sun. That's why so many people speak about the great solar flash, right? Because the great solar flash helps us to change our body structure. So, and these codes are helping you to stay more centered in your heart. Yeah. And the crystalline energy is next stage. And I truly believe, and I don't know how long all this will take, I believe it's a divine process. And it's a process which will never end, guys. So even, I told you, even when you would ascend physically up to 5D now, we still have light and darkness. This means this is not the end goal. There's always so much to discover. So, and after the crystalline energy, we have the diamond energy. So even the crystalline energy is not the end goal. So we have the diamond energy also, and the diamond energy is actually the vibration from the solar beings. So this means as long as we have a dual experience, we vibrate in the crystalline energy. So the crystalline energy is basic in 5D, 6D, and 7D. All these beings, they vibrate in the crystalline energy. So the Pleiadians do, the Sirians does, the Andromedans, these are all crystalline beings, all crystalline. They all. So, but when you are located in heaven, in 8D, 9D, 10D, and so on, then you vibrate in the diamond energy. So this is how we would label it, diamonds, right? So this means the diamond energy is the next stage after the crystalline energy. Do you see? It's an endless journey and it never ends. So, and even when you are back in heaven, there's still so much to discover. So it doesn't end. It never ends, guys. And when you see it more from the highest perspective, when you keep it as best as you can, so then you will see that it's really just a game, what's happening here. It's really just a field of experience. This is what I truly believe. We just want to experience how it is to have emotions. How is it to feel darkness, to feel something like anger and grief, and how is it to be sad? So, and we can be so grateful to have an incarnation here. because so many galactic sisters and brothers, they want to go down there. They are all curious. And now we have a body here, and now we all want to go back home. Because we underestimated these dense energies and that the dark ones have taken over here. So we underestimated it a little bit. That's why, oh, no. I believed it's different here. I want to go back home, you know. But really, so really live every moment you have, because really this is all you have. So, and you know that death is an illusion. So, I mean, when you are in spirituality, then you know death is an illusion. So all what is true is pain. When your body suffers, when you have emotions, when you deal with darkness, when you suffer, this feels very true. But death is an illusion. And your soul is infinite. Your body maybe not, and your body ages, but your soul not. Okay, so and I truly believe your soul will always make the right choice. The soul takes the lead, not your mind. So it's like when you really try to reconnect to your home, so then you will know what I'm talking about, that your soul leads you now strongly. Your soul guides you, your soul leads you, and not your mind, not your ego. So it's always your soul, and it always has been. So, and I truly believe your soul will always make the right choice. So, and even when we believed we controlled it with our mind and we plan our entire life, it was always your soul. We don't get it with our minds, what our soul always does. Yeah, so, and I tell you this because these are teachings from the Pleiadians, basically. The Pleiadians are masters in helping you to feel your heart. Really, and when you are a Pleiadian starseed, then you know it yourself, that you have a strong intuition and that you basically just want to spread your love and peace with the world, and that you see everyone's potential. So these are very typical Pleiadian traits. And the Andromedans, basically, they love it to talk. They love it very much to talk. They are very creative, crazy, hilarious. So many Andromedan starseeds, they work as a comedian because they feel it in their hearts. They want to make people laughing. They want to see people laughing. So, and when people are laughing, so it increases your vibration. And then you see also the good and the bright side of life. So for November, I feel this chaos will continue. Don't be surprised. November 2022 is super crazy. December 2022 as well, what I feel. This process continues. So, and when you forget what really happens, then really observe the sun. When really the darkness overcomes you and you feel hopeless and tired again, please watch the sun. Today, we spent time in nature and I witnessed it myself that the sunlight changed again. The sun color is so much brighter again. And this happened, I think, during the lunar eclipse, I feel. Something changed again with the sun. And we speak about the great solar flash, and even this is a process. And the great solar flash just helps you to heal yourself. It is you too. It's not just the great solar flash which helps you and saves you. It is us. We are a team, and the great solar flash helps you and sends us many codes from the solar energy, solar vibrations from heaven. These are codes from heaven. Imagine this. So it helps us to open our hearts. So, and I tell you, when the light streams down like this, and we continue on this level, these destructive grids from the ETs, they can't stand this light any longer. They can't stand these codes any longer. They must crumble. It's not working because heaven helps us. The Prime Creator helps us. Beings from 7D are helping us so strong now as well. And they cleaned up the astral so strong. So, how? So, but it's up on the people. It's them, it is us. It's the same again. It's not just the great solar flash which will save you. So when these codes are coming down and you resist, So then even the most high vibrational codes will not save you. So they all help you in self-healing. This is what they do. And when your soul is ready for this, then you will anchor these codes, and then your DNA will change, your body will change. And please remember, your soul made the agreement before. Your soul decides. So not everyone said yes to this. That's why almost no one, when I see the collective, they notice the change of the sun. Really, they are so stuck here in their minds. They are so in fear consciousness. They even didn't saw that really the sun color changes. That the sun is not gold anymore. Maybe you observe the same. The sun shimmers in silver. And the sun color is getting brighter. And the sun is getting brighter with each day. And today, the sun was so bright and so high vibrational today. Really. So I told Marcel, my twin flame, the same. So do you see the sun color? The sunlight is brighter today as it was before the lunar eclipse. Do you see this too? It was so light. Okay, and this process continues. And stay heart-centered always. Really, and speak up. Don't be afraid any longer. You see myself. I'm not a native speaker and I do it anyway. I do it anyway, even when I'm not perfect, when I'm bold or whatever. And I'm still in training, and I was mistaken so many times as well. You know, we are all wrong many times. But all what matters is your heart, guys. When you see a person has a good heart, a good intent, yeah, the intent is love and to empower people, to remember people, to help people, to listen to people. This is what matters, and not so much the label anymore. If this is an incarnated angel or an Arcturian or an Andromedan or whatever, these are just labels to get it here. But your heart is what matters, your soul. And everyone can be an angel. Everyone is. So it is us. So, and this is a message from my galactic team. Because they want to push us a little bit. They are inviting us to taking action. Take action. And see as more the divine feminine rises, because she's rising strongly now, as more the divine masculine goes with her. So this means the divine masculine rises too, and the divine masculine takes action. So the divine masculine trusts her. So this means when you receive a message, when you have an intuition, and your intuition tells you, I want to travel, I want to take my bicycle and travel, and you don't know where, but your heart tells you, I want to take my bicycle. So the divine masculine is taking action. And not just meditating on it, I want to take my bicycle, but you never experience it. This is the divine masculine's power, the energy of the divine father. And as more she's rising, as more he rises as well. Okay, and this is the global process. And really, I can't tell you how long this will continue. I just feel when we hold this now, right? Because they helped us strongly, our team, strong. Then I feel next year will be lighter, 2023. Because many secret information will be revealed. And I mean, you already see it with Aaron Carter, for example, what happened to him. So, or even here in Germany, a person which wrote a book in English translation, The Lust for Children. It's no joke. He wrote a book which was called The Lust for Children. He wanted to found a kindergarten in Berlin. It was a gay kindergarten. It's no joke. Young children which are 3 or 4 years old, they should decide if they are lesbian or whatever, I tell you. And the founder of this kindergarten wrote a book which is called The Lust for Children. So, and even the commercial media, and I was surprised, in Germany, spoke about this. I was really surprised that they spoke about this. And that he wrote this book for real. And that he defended them. It's no joke. So, and this is what I try to tell you. this information will come up more and more. More and more, it will be revealed. And for the people, it will be shocking. So, I mean, it shocked many Germans here. So how is it possible? He tries to found a kindergarten and he wrote this crazy book, you know? So, and I was really surprised that they spoke about it on commercial TV. So, but that's what I try to tell you guys. More of this information will be exposed. And for the people, it will be shocking because they see it for the first time. And we felt it always that something is off here. Okay? So, and when we continue on this level, because of this galactic support from our team, then I feel next year will be lighter. Because much information came up to the surface. I mean, you can observe it with the elections as well. What happened in Texas, you know? I watched it a little bit, you know? I watched it with Texas. So what's going on there? So, yeah. And this is what I tried to tell you. Nothing can stop what's happening, and no one can stop what will come. No one can stop it. So, but what they can do is to keep it longer and more complicated and more stressful. But this is us. Okay? So when we follow the old paradigm, then we keep it more stressful and more difficult. But when we learn to trust our hearts, when we really have compassion for each other, and that we spread peace, and that we don't choose a side, then we keep it more easy. Okay? So this is what I feel about the dark beings. Their grids lose power. More and more and more and more. And they can't stand it any longer. They can't stand this light any longer. So, but it is up unto us. They can't do everything for us. So, and I feel 2023 will be lighter. Because many of this information, yeah, this is just an example, will be revealed more and more and more and more. Be prepared, because for the people it's shocking. For you maybe not, but it's important for the people. Please see this. And as more the people see through it, as more they will see you. And as more they will ask for you. And now you have the time to train your muscles, to train your psychic muscles, and that you learn to speak. Don't be afraid any longer, because these times are over, if the people will guard your messages or not. These times are really over, and it was never about it. It was always about your mission, okay? So, do you have any questions about how to navigate the storm, or the current energies, or do you have connections to Andromeda or to Pleiades? So what do you feel? So I see comments about the children. Yes, that's sad. I know. Why are they doing this? Because children are so pure. The children are so connected. They are so connected to the hearts and so connected to the Prime Creator. That's why. So that's why they observe us starseeds as well. Because even we are very linked to the Prime Creator, basically, into our hearts, guys. So I just scrolled through the comments. Thank you so much. You're also awesome. I'm so happy when this live is helping you a little bit. Yeah, I see. I'm grateful to be here. Yes, thank you so much, Eric. I'm grateful to see you here as well. So let's see if you have any questions. I see now. When will humanity be free and truly liberated from... Oh, I can't tell you. I believe it's more a process. But what I feel is the system must collapse. It must collapse. There is no other way. And I don't know what will coming next. I have no clue. I hope for the people they would choose the lighter version and not the dark version first. But as I told you, it's up on the people. So all what our team can do is to offer the help. And they sent us so many codes, and they did so much in the Astro again. and they help us in self-healing if you want. So I can't give you a clear answer. So many times I received the year 2024, that 2024, 2025, something will happen globally, an event. And many times I have visions like I feel an explosion. It's like boom, suddenly. I receive over and over this message, it happens suddenly. And then it's clear for everyone. I don't know what it is. So now my camera, I'm so excited as well. It's like my soul already knows. Maybe it's the great solar flash. I have no clue. Maybe the great solar flash will destroy our AI technology. I have no clue. Maybe. This will be horrible for many people and for us as well. I mean, it was a very comfortable and easy life for us as well. I don't know. Maybe this is the explosion I see. Or maybe it's because of tea. Yeah, that's funny that you call yourself T. Maybe you spoke about Mr. T. I have no clue. Maybe it's because of him. I really have no idea. So, but many times I heard the year 2024, 2025, something very massive will happen in the collective. And it's seen for everyone. Many times I had visions about B, the other man, and he got arrested. Official, and everyone sees it on TV. I had this vision last year. I tell you, I saw that the bee got arrested. I have no clue, but maybe this is the event, and then it's clean for everyone. I honestly have no idea. So I can't say for sure, but I just know it's a process, okay? And slowly we gotta stay way higher. So many times it's ascension symptoms as well you have, right? It's like these two sides, okay? So when you go the stairway higher back to heaven, then you must go through the darkness first again. Then it's getting super dense and super heavy again. It's like a sun, right? When a sun is exploding. It's like the sun is getting smaller and then the sun explodes. So, and this is the same. Over and over again, when you go through your challenges, through your process, the darkness returns strongly and it feels so awful and dense. And then it's like you explode again, and then you broke your limits again, and then you do better suddenly, okay? So let's see, how can I do self-healing? Do you know the best healing is, because I believe we spiritual people, we also are familiar with very complicated teachings, because this is what we learn from the system. So we know from the system that everything is complicated. And that's why I believe for us, many times it feels more familiar when even spirituality is complicated. Yeah, and it's always about labeling and it's complicated. The best self-healing is when you follow your joy. I mean, it's a boring answer. It sounds boring, but it's really the best way to heal yourself. So really follow your joy. Really do what you love, because you're already right now. And when you want to learn to play a guitar, or when you want to play the violin, so do it. So go out, buy a violin and start to play the violin. Then you heal yourself best. When you feel you want to do sports, you want to go into the gym, go into the gym. Then you will heal yourself. It's really simple. So, and then you are grounded as well. Because when you follow your joy, when you really do what you love, you see, I do a live video. I'm even not a native speaker. I speak to you. And I love it so much to talk to you. So, and this energizes me so much. And it's healing me as well. Yeah, this is how you heal yourself super easy. And I mean, it sounds boring, right? Because maybe you must meditate on this about, meditate about it the entire day. So maybe then you will heal yourself. But no, many times it's really simple. It's so simple. Yeah, thank you so much for the roses, guys. Really, because it's not complicated. That's why I like Yeshua's teaching so much. Yeshua ben Joseph, because I know he was one of us. So, and he always told us, see through the eyes of a child again. So, and the message behind it is really express who you are. Be authentic. Share your emotions. Express yourself. The best healing you will receive through your passion, when you follow your passion, when you really do what makes you happy. And then you are grounded as well. And then you don't have to listen to root chakra meditations the entire day. Because when you really follow your joy, let's say you want to play the guitar now. Yeah, we use this example again. I listened to STARPORTAL many times. I don't know if you know him. He's an amazing artist. STARPORTAL. He's a genius. He's a guitarist. Amazing. So maybe that's why I use this example with the guitar. So when you feel it, you want to play and to learn to play the guitar, and you follow your joy. So then you are grounded. It's like it's activating also all your chakras. Do you see? Your heart is the key. So when you want to play the guitar and you train to play the guitar, yes, you go through challenges as well. So I tried it to play the guitar many times. Yeah, my finger hurted. Everything hurted. Because my skin, my fingers, they were not trained. And then it hurted a lot to play the guitar. The same. So, and this is the shadow side, if you want. So this is the darkness. So even when you follow your joy, when you do what you love, then suddenly your fingers are hurting. Because you just played the guitar one time. Okay? So the same. Then you activate all your chakras. And then you are super grounded. It's so simple, guys. So I don't know if this helps you, but this is the best way to heal yourself. So because you're already now. So how do I know if I'm a specific starseed? Kia, I highly recommend ask your higher self. Ask your heart. So you can use also a pendulum if you want. So you can use also tarot cards if you want. Or close just your eyes and see what your heart tells you. So you can ask your higher self first. So you can ask your higher self, do you have a connection to Pleiades? The first feeling you have, the first one here, is true. When you feel connected, when you feel yes, when you feel this push in your heart, then you can be sure it's a yes. Because your higher self talked to you. But when you start to think about it, so maybe I'm from Pleiades, I'm not sure. So many starseeds are from Pleiades, and maybe I'm from Pleiades as well. Then you can be sure, no. Then you have no connection to them. Okay, and this is basic. Really, it's basic. Really believe in yourself. It is the first impulse, the first message. This is what matters. What I did as I was on my spiritual journey, when I had my awakening, I always trust my intuition as best as I can. Then I was guided to vegan diet, for example. My heart told me so. Then I was guided to starseeds. My heart told me so, you know. So, and I always listened. So I tuned into my heart. So, and when I had a connection, when I felt this homecoming, so then I knew, okay, this explains me. This explains my connection. Okay, so let's say I was guided to the Syrians as well, many times. So then I spent much time in studying the Syrians. I listened to music, I listened to Syrian meditations. And when I had this deep homecoming, when I felt this homecoming in my heart, then I knew, yes, I have connections to them. And it was not my mind which told me, yes, you have a connection to them because the Syrians are very cool, because you like them, or you put them up onto a pedestal. Then everyone wants to be Arcturian because they are from 90, right? These are one of the most advanced aliens. Everyone wants to be Arcturian now. But when you don't have a connection to them, you know? So then this is also worthy. You are good enough the way you are. So this is what I basically did. I always ask my soul and my intuition. And when I felt this resonance here, when I felt comfortable, good, when I felt empowered, when I felt this deep love, then I'm sure, okay, I have a connection to them. So I don't know if this helps you, Kia, but it's really simple. Yeah, see through the eyes of a child, I tell you. So then you know who you are. So, I love Syrians. I was guided to angels. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Pain is the path to understanding and growth in your desire to create. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I will go offline now. Soon it will happen. It's my only gift to give you the world. Yeah, everyone has a gift to share. So I believe even the dark ones just do their job. That's what I truly believe. I mean, why does this all exist? When it's not, you know, still the divine plan. Why does this all exist? So this is what I truly believe. We are really just in a video game. And I mean, we need these two sides to play this video game. As I told you, when you play The Legend of Zelda, so imagine now when we just have light. No challenges, nothing. So, I mean, I think I wouldn't play this video game when there are not any adventures and no quests. So, it's always these two sides. Okay, thank you so much for listening. You are all so awesome. Take care. I'm so honored and grateful to see you all. Maybe we can see each other again. I think I will go live again at the beginning of December. We will see. Intuitive. I will turn the camera on. Thank you so much, Jen, for the rainbows, for the cuties, or whatever it is, for the hearts. Take care, Eric, as well. Thank you so much. You are also awesome. And take care. See you soon again. Ciao. Tschüss.